What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you a question. What do these four objects have in common? A postcard, a mascara, a postage stamp, and a check. The answer is each of them is connected to a deity from the Greek or the Roman mythology. So in this video, we're going to go over more than 30 everyday items that express antique mythological characters. Afterwards, I'll explain how I use these items as a history teacher. Alright, so the goddess of war is Athena in Greece or Minerva in Rome, seen here on this painting, on a postcard, or on this object. The Roman god Saturn, the Greek Cronos, is also the name of a store on this check. Now, there were several moon goddesses in antique mythology. This is Diana, corresponding to the Greek Artemis, who is also the goddess of the hunt. Another Greek goddess of the moon is Selene, who inspired the name of the chemical compound selenium. Selene is also a company producing women's clothing. And we also have the Roman deity Luna, embodying the moon as well. The name of this mascara is Nyx, the Greek goddess of the night. You know, black mascara, the black night. The association is obvious. But after the night comes dawn. The goddess of dawn in ancient Rome was Aurora, shown here on this porcelain. Now, sticking to the celestial sky theme, let's move on to Apollo, the god of the sun and music in both the Greek and Roman religions. Another Roman god of the sun is Sol, so it makes perfect sense to name a sunscreen Solar. Now, Mars is the male god of war, who not only appears in the name of the month, March, you can find it on any calendar, but also as the symbol of masculinity in the form of a shield and a spear, for example, on this advertisement. His profile is visible on the logo of the company Stettler, perhaps a bit more clearly shown here. I ought to point out that there is another month named after a Roman deity. So Jupiter's wife Juno inspired the word June. All right, so let's move along. Like Mars, the god of water Poseidon, or Neptune in Rome, appears through his own symbol, the trident. The trident here on a spray bottle or on a bottle of water, or here on this sign. Now, the beloved hero Hercules appears on a box of oatmeal. Oatmeal is said to make you as strong as Hercules. And of course, it makes sense to name a generator Hercules, since a generator is in its own right a symbol of energy. The goddess of love and beauty is Aphrodite in Greece, or Venus in Rome. She is depicted on this postage stamp with a painting in the Baroque style by Diego Velázquez showing Venus with her son Cupid. By the way, check out my English language video on art styles, 1 portrait, 16 art styles. We also have the Venus blade here. Now, one may wonder, what does the Roman god Mercury have to do with a lantern? Mercury in Greece, Hermes, was a messenger whom Jupiter would send to the underworld. And a lantern is exactly what you need to navigate in the darkness of the underworld. So it makes sense to name a lantern Mercury. It's pretty logical to name a hotel after the Greek goddess of home, Hestia. Here it is, Hestia Hotel. Any hotel would want you to feel there as if you are at home. Now this pamphlet shows two deities, two gods. It shows Cupid, in Greece Eros, but also Dionysus, in Rome known as Bacchus. He is depicted next to a leopard and grapevines. He is the god of wine. And there's also Bacchus with a more mature appearance on another postcard. Well, this card shows the Roman goddess of good fortune, Fortuna, holding the horn of plenty. The Greek goddess of earth is Gaia. The Roman goddess of plants and flowers is Flora. Now I bet you've seen this symbol quite frequently in your life. A chalice wrapped with a snake is an attribute of Hygieia, the Greek goddess of health. On this other check, we see a centaur in the name of a German store. And pretty much any image of hypnosis would serve as a good reference to Hypnos, the Greek god of sleep. Now, the last on our list is a mythological creature with a very intriguing appearance. And this god's name is Pan, or Faun, in ancient Rome, the god of wilderness, shown in this brochure for tourists about the German city Dresden. Okay, now let me say that as a history teacher, I always want to make the lesson on antique mythology special. I begin by explaining the gods and the goddesses, so let's put some of them in front of the camera so that you can see some of the ones that we talked about, like so. So I begin by explaining the gods and the goddesses, their respective domains, which Roman deity corresponds to which Greek one. I have a few slides with their pictures. After this, I would distribute among the students pieces of paper with the names of different domains, like water, or war, or hunt. I would then ask the students to recall from the explanations which deity was in charge of which domain. The next step for the student is to find the respective object on the table and to think about its exact connection to the deity. So let's say I'm a student and my paper says war and wisdom. So I take a postcard with Minerva and describe to other students why I chose this object. You know, I'm particularly pleased with this exercise because it allows the student to understand just how embedded in real life a somewhat abstract topic of antique deities actually is. And I should point out that I'm aware that various companies' logos and brands appear in this video. And let me say that none of them paid me to show their products. This video is made for educational purposes and uses the products only insofar as they help engage people in the amazing topic of antique deities. So thank you very much for watching. Please click like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.